Hey everyone, greetings and welcome. Thanks for joining me again. Coming on, um, going to be talking about spiritual teachers, spiritual gurus, and giving you guys some insight on spiritual gurus, spiritual teachers, and those of us on the spiritual path. Just to explore. So before I get into that, if you're new to this channel, if you're new to my live videos, we're just sharing these live videos lately. We want to just come on and let you know who we are. Zara Starchild, let you know who we are, so that you can feel our frequency, so that you can hear our message, so that you can determine whether or not you're interested in the buffet that I have available for sharing. And that buffet at the moment is called the Awakening Your Light Body course. It is a course that I would recommend for pretty much everyone. I believe everyone should have this base of knowledge about their own being, this self knowledge about their own being, and the multidimensional, multisensory, expanded, eternal essence of your spirit, of your soul, of your uh, real and true identity, which is in the spirit. So you've heard me say before that you may have heard me say before that the soul, the spirit, does not come into the body when we're born and does not leave the body when we die. Or perhaps it does, but only minutely. What is more accurate is that your physical vessel is not able to contain the magnitude, the power of your divine self, of your soul, of your spiritual essence. And so, what is closer to the truth is that the physical body is inside of your soul body, inside of your light body. And so, as you learn to bridge your personality consciousness with your spiritual consciousness, with your higher self, and we call it a higher self because it's not located in the body, it's not looking through the eyes, it's above you and around you, and it has a greater perspective. It can see all of the pieces, all of the players on the game board. As you bridge your consciousness with your higher self, with your soul body, with your light body, you begin to receive data, you begin to receive greater illuminations, you begin to receive greater higher guidance. Things begin to flow in a whole new way. It's like trading in your old junky car for a brand new Mercedes Benz, and your life starts to coast and flow. So that's a bit of about the light body. So let's talk about spiritual teachers for a moment. So I just watched a video from Lori Ladd, who I admire very much. And she was talking about going through it. She was talking about going through her own personal blocks, her own personal challenges, and what she was working on now, currently, in the process of preparing her life and her energy for a beloved soul, for a beloved spiritual relationship, to initiate and manifest and magnetize a equal spiritual relationship with a romantic partner. And she was talking about what she was going through. And what she was mentioning was that everybody is going through something. All of the spiritual teachers, all of the spiritual gurus, all of those people that you see, including myself here on stage, if they are projecting an image of perfection or projecting an image of nothing's wrong in their lives, They may be projecting that because that's their role when they come on as a teacher, but behind the scenes, they are also going through something. They are also moving through their next initiation, or they are confronting their next block, that next thing that needs to be seen and revealed and transmuted and dissolved and overcome. Now, one of my misconceptions that I had when I was embarking on this spiritual journey over a decade ago, I had taken the Awakening Your Life Body course, and then I had continued to take many of the graduate courses, and I had continued with another student of the Light Body who was teaching sort of a different branch of information. She was teaching Golden Body, and she was teaching a lot of stuff. It was great. It was really great. She was teaching how to hold sacred space, how to be in a triangular energetic structure for counseling. And we were experimenting with that. So we were doing a whole bunch of stuff. I was on retreat with this woman. And at the time, in my early 30s, I imagined that once you hit a certain level in your own spirituality, you wouldn't have any more problems. I imagined in my early 30s and the younger version of myself that once you hit these different levels of consciousness, you wouldn't have any more problems. You wouldn't have to deal with the material plane. All things would flow with grace and ease. And so when I was on retreat with this woman and a group of others, one of the other students was confronting the teacher about something. I can't even remember what it was, but was confronting the teacher about something. And the teacher was expressing her frustration about this thing and this conflict. And there was like a little bit of conflict energy between the student and the teacher. And the teacher said something along the lines of like, I hear you. And so does Jen, Zara. She hears you also. And so does everybody else. They hear you. We all hear you. And I was watching the exchange with such interest because I was kind of flabbergasted that this other student was questioning the teacher. And I was kind of flabbergasted at how unsettled it was creating the teacher to feel at the time. It was a very minute issue that was being brought to the surface. And I was also watching to see how the teacher would handle all of this. So in the completion of this drama that was expressing before my eyes, the teacher had asked me if I had any questions about anything. And I just said to her, I said, no, I don't have any questions. But I thought that once you got to your level of development, because she was very, very psychic, she did channeled messages, she did channeled meditations at the time, and she moved in the world as an enlightened being. That was what she portrayed herself as an enlightened being. And she was enlightened. She was enlightened when you put her next to sort of like the common denominator in the world, right? So there's different levels of enlightenment. And so she was enlightened to a degree. But I told her, I thought that when you got to your level that you wouldn't have any more problems. To which, she laughed. She thought it was humorous and basically said to me, that's really just not true. It's simply not true. And so what I'm sharing with you guys today is that nobody that is on the earth plane is without issues, without problems, without conflicts coming up, without contrast, and without having to move through the inner wounding or the karma from our previous lives or our previous life situations, or possibly, if you're walking, previous soul initiations, previous karma from previous souls. So there is stuff in the energy body, in the field, that will always come up when you're in physical form, because it's your next learning, your next learning, your next learning, your next growth, your next expansion, your next challenge. And so when you meet it, it's reflecting to you something that has to be healed, something that has to be looked at, something that needs to be brought into your consciousness. So what is it? What is in there? And so I'm sharing this with you so that you can, if you haven't already, because a lot of people already are good with this, but if you're not good with this already, when you are listening to a teacher, myself included, when you are absorbing information, do not imagine that that teacher has it all worked out, has all of the answers, can provide the answers for all of the questions in your life. That's simply not true. The teachers can show you a way. They can show you the way that they have come so far on their journey. This is the way or a way. And if this way resonates with you, you can walk this way and I will guide you. This is a different expression than giving your power away to someone that you imagine has it all figured out, or that is an authority and that can tell you and guide your life. The authentic teachers will be coming to you from a place of authenticity. And most often, they will not answer your questions about your life, because it's up to you to find the answers, to find your answers. They can point the direction and the way to where you could find the answers, possibly. They can show you what they have done that has given them results in their life. And if you apply it in your life, this modality will work for you also, but your answers must come from within. And your answers are for you to discover. Your growth is for you to discover. Your journey is for you to journey. Yeah. So be discerning when you're listening, and understand that in the broadcast, in the transmission, which this is right now, this is a transmission from my heart to yours. In the transmission, we are often in channel. We are often in alignment with our spiritual essence, with our spiritual truth, with our spiritual bodies. And so what's coming through in the transmission is the gem, the good stuff, yeah? The direction, the wisdom, the guidance. What's coming through in the transmission is the guidance, the wisdom, the gems for you. But when we're not in transmission, we are still living our ordinary lives. We're still living and meeting our karma. And when we meet our karma, we have to apply those same spiritual tools to the challenge, to the obstacle, to the pain that we invite you to do as well, that we've given to you. We have to use those same tools, but it still comes up for us. But the difference is, as you become experienced in using your spiritual tools and the wisdoms and the knowledge that you have acquired, all of those challenges, all of those obstacles, all of the difficulties are transmuted and overcome with much, much more efficiency. So instead of it taking a month or 2 months to work out an issue or to work out a challenge or to overcome an obstacle, you can do it very quickly within a couple days, usually, if not within a couple hours, by aligning to your spirit and by applying those spiritual tools to the issue, to the problem. So that's it for today. We offer you guys a path called Awakening Your Light Body. It is not my path. It is a path that I have traveled that has worked very, very well for me, that I still continue to use to this day as a foundation for everything else that I do. As I've learned to awaken my light body, I use my light body as a tool for everything in my life, pretty much. And I want to gift it to you. I want to guide you on this journey because I know the profound results that this work will have in your life. If you are at all interested, please check out the link. It'll be in the comments or the descriptions or wherever it lands in this stream where you're finding me. We're doing some free intro series until September 16th, I believe. So you can hop into a couple of those to see what it's all about. Check me out some more, see if it's the right fit, and then join us on this 9-month journey of awakening your light body. It is going to be amazing. In the intro series, I've got some testimonials from some of our last year students, and they are just amazing. And it was such a beautiful experience to be in circle with so many amazing souls and to watch and witness and hold space for their transformation and growth. So we hope that you'll join us in this year's circle, this year's pod, and feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Starting